Do you have any messages on HIV/AIDS that you want to convey to our global youth audience?
Well, I think that, young people today, sex is up higher than it's ever been. And I want to say the safest sex to young people is no sex. Okay, and that's the first message I want to give them. But if you're not going to listen to that message, then you got to protect yourself and your partner. And so have safe sex. And then read up and educate yourself about HIV and AIDS, because it's really important. Because what we're finding now is more young people are coming down with the virus. Right. So if that's happening in the young people community, they must change their attitude and mindset when it comes to first having sex, and when it comes second to having safe sex, so that they can hopefully avoid getting the HIV virus. And not just that, but teen pregnancy is up among young women as well. Exactly. So you got HIV to deal with as well as teen pregnancy to deal with. And so we really have to understand that HIV and AIDS is out here in a big way. And I don't want what happened to me to happen to these young people. So always remember, the more information you have, the better decisions you can make, and that's important.
Okay, great. Thank you kindly. Aside from the wherefores and the hows of working with young people, so how do you get them involved and how do you get them motivated? What have you personally learned through your work with youth?
Well, first of all, I've been to 200 high schools in the last couple of years, and so working with young people, the most important thing is to be honest with them. I was honest about how I got HIV. I was honest to them about my background, growing up poor in a family of 10. And when you direct and you're honest with young people, then they let you in. And so I told them how I grew up, wearing the $1.99 special tennis shoes, and all my friends were wearing the name brand, but I was still beating them in basketball. Because a lot of times what young people think is what they have on what make them, and it's not true. The person who you are what makes you. And so if you have a positive attitude, people will attract to you. If you're smiling and you're friendly, people will attract to you. And so it's not what you have on. So a lot of times they get caught into that peer pressure. And then a lot of times peer pressure is what makes usually young women have sex. See, because a lot of them go up saying, hey, okay, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. But they hear Sally is doing it, and so-and-so is doing it, and so-and-so is doing it. And then they say, oh, wow, I'm not in the in crowd because I'm not doing it. And so that's what then drives them to it. And so that's not true either. You're in the in crowd because you're you, not because you're having sex with somebody. So these are the type of things I want them to understand, is that, first of all, educate yourself, get the best education, because the quality education will get you the quality job and career that you want. And then you can do anything in life with a good education. And also make sure you dream a lot, because I'm a big believer in, if you don't dream it, you can't become it. I was dreaming that I was going to play in the NBA as a child. I was dreaming that I was going to be a businessman. And look what happened. God blessed me with both of them.
Great. Finally, what have you learned during your experience in fighting HIV/AIDS, both personally and out in the world, educating, working with people who have the virus, and working to help others from getting infected with the virus?
What I've learned is, first of all, culturally, there's a difference everywhere. In Europe, it's open. They talk about it. They really have done a good job of taking care of the HIV and AIDS problem. I think then in Africa, we were having a problem with some of the cultures, some things that happened there, and then the medicine wasn't getting there, drugs. Now the drugs are getting there. Now we need more HIV and AIDS doctors there, because you got 22 million people affected throughout Africa. Then you come here to the United States, we had been so closed-minded on talking about it that it set us back. But now we're able to openly talk about HIV and AIDS. What was a gay white man's disease is now a black disease, which is HIV and AIDS. So now the black community, African American community, has got to come together and band together to work to drive the numbers down. We can't be closed-minded anymore. We can't be saying that it can't happen to us anymore. So the more that the black pastors and those type of people join in, the better it's going to be for young people. Also, you see Bono and Oprah with the Red campaign. So you're seeing more celebrities come around. Russell Simmons, Common have joined. They stand with Magic now. So more and more of those type of people are coming and joining the HIV and AIDS fight. And again, Russell is doing a whole summit called the Hip Hop Summit, and he goes around talking about that. Again, will drive the numbers down. So things are starting to happen, but we got to continue to work hard and even do more.
Well, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.